to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Quick announcement, in the continued interest of transparency in government, all attendees are reminded that the Susquehanna County Commissioners meetings are now being video and audio recorded for documentation and posting for public review. Your attendance indicates your consent to such video and audio recording.
And can you tell us where the cameras are?
We're in the room.
And we're in the room, in that corner?
Item number 4.
I make a motion to approve item number 4 is listed on your agenda.
Are you happy with them the way they are?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 4 on the agenda, approve the minutes of the April 22nd, 2015 meeting. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Motion under item number 5 is listed on the agenda. Recess and open the salary board.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to recess the Commissioners meeting and open the salary board. Salary board is open at 9:01. All are present. Item number 3.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the February 25th salary board meeting.
They attached here.
Mm-hmm.
Move 25, second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 3, to approve the minutes of February 25th, 2015 salary board. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
One abstention.
Move April 6th.
Motion to approve the minutes of April 6, 2015, special salary board meeting.
26, okay, second.
Motion by Treasurer Benedict, seconded by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 4, minutes of the April 2nd, 2015 special salary board meeting. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item 5.
Make a motion to approve item number 5 is listed on your agenda.
Oh, just wait a minute here. The way that reads, that is a general county secretary real estate clerk, and I don't believe that's what we intend. I believe that to be in the sheriff's office.
Right.
Is that correct?
That's what, yeah,
Yep.
that's what
Right?
it looks like.
Right, should be in
It's
the
wrong-
sheriff's office.
the wrong thing.
Right, sure.
Oh, no, that's right.
It's per the
That's-
recommendation of the
That's
sheriff.
not real estate clerk, it's
It's a real estate
It's
clerk in his
in his
office that
office,
does
yes.
that, and I think
That
it
does
should
the-
say that, so we're not creating
yes,
a general
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes,
one, you know what I mean?
yes.
Right.
So can I amend my motion?
Yes.
Union position in the sheriff's office for secretary /
Normally on that, Democrat. Or you're normally on that.
I got a motion, do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 5 with the following change, to eliminate the full-time position of secretary and create the full-time union position in the sheriff's office for the secretary, real estate clerk, 40 hours, 980 hours, 6 months probation, benefits for the collective bargaining. Questions or comments?
Yeah, hey, wait, do they work 40 hours?
Yes. Some of the new ones do.
Okay, because one that's there doesn't.
One doesn't, but any new ones coming in
Two
do.
will, the
Yes.
new one's coming in, okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I just don't want to fall into a trap here.
Try to, it says eliminate full-time union position and create full-time union position. Is that what you mean?
Yes, the current position is a secretarial position. It's not being created as a secretarial real estate clerk. There's a change in the duties.
Oh, okay. What is the name of the person? Who is it? Who's doing that job?
Right now, the new person hasn't been hired yet.
Oh, there's nobody right now.
Right, we haven't hired a new person in this position yet.
And then what will be their duties? Are they involved like with foreclosures?
They handle all the processing of the paperwork for the sheriff's department for the real estate sales.
Real estate sales
Yeah.
through the sheriff's department?
Right.
So nobody at this point. And did you have somebody, or this is a whole new position?
There was a secretarial position in there before. That secretarial position's getting eliminated and this position's being created.
And so you have to hire somebody? Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Assistant head, I just want to make sure we have this right. Full-time union. Okay, we're keeping a union by calling it assistant head real estate tax clerk as opposed to what appears to me to be a deputy chief assessor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference,
Right,
and there's a big distinction that goes with that difference.
right.
I want to make sure we're calling it the right thing for the duties they're going to perform.
Right, that's what.
I'm not sure the assistant, by calling it an assistant head real estate tax clerk, I don't know if we're calling it the right thing.
What do you think we should be calling it?
Deputy chief assessor.
Deputy Chief Assessor,
There's
that would
already a deputy
be
chief.
Mary Nolding.
There's already a deputy chief assessor.
There is.
Right. This deals in the real estate side.
It's him.
You know what I mean by calling it what we're calling it?
Yeah.
Are we sure that's what we want to call it?
That's what went through the HR department. and-
Okay, motion to approve item number 6 that is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 6 on the agenda, the full-time union position, to eliminate the full-time union position of the real estate tax clerk and create the new union position of the assistant head and real estate tax clerk. 40 hours a week at $9.80, 6 months probation for the benefits according to the contracts. Questions or comments? Yes, Bruce.
Is this an open position as well?
This is a position that the current position is being eliminated and the new position is being created.
Is there somebody in line already?
No.
That's
We have to hire somebody, it'll get posted, and we have to hire somebody. The current person that was doing the old job has moved on to a different job. So it's a vacant position that's getting eliminated and new one created.
Thank
I
you.
have a question.
Yes.
When you call it, you're eliminating the real estate tax clerk, is that the position name that was before?
Yes.
So they're called, and who was that?
That was a person down in
The assessor's
the
office?
assessment office, yes.
You mean one of those women when you walk in,
Yes.
and they're called tax clerks?
Depending on their position, that's one of them was called that, yes.
Because I've never heard that term before, it's kind of an unusual term.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Item 7.
Make a motion to approve item number 7 is listed on your agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Treasurer Bendick to approve item 7 to create a full-time 6-month temporary switchboard operator, office assistant, 40 hours a week at $9.16, 6 months probation, no benefits, per the recommendation of Chief Clerk. Questions or comments?
Yeah, I got a
I have the same question I asked before.
The current person that was doing that job is now on an extended medical leave, so we need to replace that person with temporary until that person comes back.
Will that be done in the agenda, or is this someone you still have to find?
It's going to be done in the agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have a question?
I read this as a contradiction in terms. I see it dichotomy of diametrically opposed principles at work here. Full-time and temporary.
Well, full-time is 40 hours a week.
Well, but we say 40 hours a week.
Right.
So full-time means they're all gonna be there, and it's not temporary, is the argument I'd make.
It's temporary for 6 months.
Yeah.
For 6 months.
So should we say full-time, or should it just read to create 6-month temporary switchboard, blah, 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 40 hours a week?
If you'd like it to say that.
I think the full-time has to come out, or should
Okay.
come out.
I'd like to amend that motion also.
I'll second it with the amendment.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Yes.
Yes, I have a question about the title. It says switchboard operator. You actually have a switchboard operator? I thought you
Yeah,
had a
we
whole
still-
new phone system in here.
We still get phones that come to we still get calls that come to the operator. And they have other duties too besides just answering the phone. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 8.
Okay, motion to approve item number 8 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, seconded by Treasurer Bendick to approve item 8 on the agenda, create one new union full-time custodial position, 40 hours a week at $8.28 per hour, 6-month probation, benefits according to the contract. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 9.
Who's taking care of what's going on at the jail now in maintenance?
Raleigh. But Raleigh's length of service is just about done. We need to get people down there trained with all the new stuff that's down there.
So Raleigh will be leaving?
Right now, the understanding is he'll be leaving next year.
876, that's not much. Motion to approve item number 9 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 9 on the agenda to create one new union full-time maintenance position for the correctional facility, 40 hours a week at $8.76 per hour, 6 months probation, benefits per the contract. Questions? Yes?
The last 2 jobs, these have to be posted as well?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Can you explain what other things they have to do, additional work at the correctional facility for the maintenance position? What else is their duties and what's happening there that's
Well, it's all the
additional?
maintenance. You've got the heating, the cooling, all the electrical systems, all the fire systems, all the control systems in the control center, all the electric doors, electric gates, plus building maintenance itself, outside maintenance, all of that.
So that rate seems a little low. Can you make it higher for this person? That sounds like a lot of duties for them and responsibility.
No, it's the salary that was set, or the salary that was recommended. It complies with all the other positions that start in maintenance. All in favor?
Aye.
Any public comment on the salary board?
Motion to close salary board?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 10 to close the salary board. All in favor? Aye. We are closed. 12. We are back to the Commissioners' meeting at 9:12. We are now on item number 6.
Motion to approve item number 6 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 6 on the agenda, approve the cash disbursements, electronic payments. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Make a motion to approve item number 7 is listed on your agenda.
Second.
Motion to approve item 7 by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve and ratify the seminar requests and payments. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 8.
Motion to approve item number 8 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item number 8 on the agenda, accept the resignation of Misty Chapman from the Human Resources Department. Questions or comments? Yes.
Does this person have any other jobs in the county office building?
No.
So this person is now
No longer a county employee.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve item number 9 is listed on your agenda.
Second.
Motion to approve item 9 by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to ratify the hiring of William Darrow of Halsted to the open full-time position of the Assistant Processing Manager at the County Recycling, 6-month probation, effective April 29th, at a rate of $8.76, 40 hours per week, per the recommendation of the Recycling Coordinator. Questions or comments? Yes.
Is this a non-union position?
No, this is a union position.
And any updates on how the recycling plant's doing? Do you have any profit yet, or is it still in the negative?
Right now, so far this year, it's still in the negative. It's a question whether in the last quarter, whether it'll be break even or become profitable.
And how was last year when it ended? Did it break
Right.
even?
No, it didn't break even.
It was negative?
It was negative, yeah. All in favor?
Aye. Yeah, motion to approve item number 10, but let's keep the wording of this motion consistent with the motion we made in the salary board, i.e. take out full-time and state 40 hours per week.
I'll second that.
Okay, you got a motion to approve item 10 by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren with changes to ratify the hiring of Caitlin Williams of Friendsville to the open temporary 6-month position of 40 hours a week for the switchboard operator, office assistant at $9.16 an hour. Questions or comments? Yes.
Is that the one we just talked about in salary board? So you
Yes.
did find somebody, and
Right.
this is the new person,
Right,
Caitlin.
right. All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 11.
Make a motion to approve item number 11 as listed on your agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 11, to exonerate the Tax Claim Bureau from collecting delinquent taxes from 2014, the amount of $97.12, on the following per the recommendation of Kathy Benedict, Tax Claim Director. And that was the Lennox partial. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion approved. Item number 12 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve item 12 by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren, to approve the signed agreement between Susquehanna County and Harrington on-site drug testing and Clark Summit beginning May 15th, 2015, and to be used as necessary, billed as used. Questions or comments? Yes.
So this is what, for county or courthouse employees? To be
Yes.
tested at random as far as urine and breath alcohol or urine drug?
Right, for the union contracts, yes.
Now, is this something that you've been doing for a while?
Oh, yeah.
So anybody can be tested who's an employee at random?
Well, under the guidelines.
So what kind of guidelines do you have?
You can meet with the Human Resources Director and you can go over that with you. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public comment on the Commissioners meeting. Mr. Prescott.
I hope it's not an extended question. We now have videotape recording of the meeting. What stands as the official record of the meeting? The minutes that we get the week after, or the video recording, or both?
It'll be the approved minutes. That's the standing record.
The written minutes?
Right, the approved, that's the minutes that we approve at the meeting. That's the approved written record. Any other comment? Alton?
Answer here.
Oh, go ahead, take off.
I just wondered how the recycling center was doing.
Well, we're still reviewing it. We did get some grants, and we're applying for some more grants, so things are continuing to improve. We look at getting a new baler. We're looking at getting a new skid steer for the facility through the grants, and that's what we're working on now. Unfortunately, one of the issues with the skid steer, the state has changed the regulations on the requirements for using a skid steer indoors. And unfortunately, none of the manufacturers at that point have a machine that qualifies to work indoors. So we're still working that out.
And I'd also like to thank the commissioners if they had anything to do with getting 706 fixed. It's some different than the pothole we've had.
Alan's he's worked on that for the last 6 months, Alton. He's been running all over the country beating on them.
I'm meeting with them like every other day now, in all parts of the county. I got another meeting Friday, I had a meeting yesterday, so we continue to try and get it done. Yes.
If the minutes, the written minutes, which is really, again, a regurgitation of what happened the week before, without public comment, without a roll call, are going to be the official record, then why did the commissioners decide to have a video recording?
Just to give the transparency to the public so the public can view it at their pleasure.
Transparency.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
And how much did the video equipment cost?
I couldn't tell you exactly. I know it was between $3,000 to $5,000 for the system.
So you have video and audio,
Yes.
and where is it going to be posted?
On our webpage. There'll be a link on the webpage.
And was wondering also, can you give us any other updates on the road conditions and what you've been doing the past week? I know you go to a lot of meetings, or anybody else on the board here.
Continue to work with PennDOT, talk to the director out of Harrisburg. We have also had a meeting with the Farm Bureau and some of the township supervisors. They've invited the Secretary of Transportation up, as well as all the elected officials, to try and have a meeting with them to get some sense of urgency in the road repairs here. I did talk with the director yesterday as to why 706 has not been paved, at least from the Rite Aid into town, where they've already got all the curbing done, and why they're waiting to get all the curbing done before they do that. So they're reviewing that. My understanding is There's apparently a litigation issue between PennDOT and the contractor at this point, so that's another issue that they're trying to get worked out. So as far as the other areas, 167, they're still working on getting the base repaired before they can mill and pave that. 706, they're still doing all the cross pipes, trying to get those replaced before they mill and pave that. Still no movement yet on getting Route 11 done, or the road from Dimick to Hot Bottom. That's a disaster. I can't remember the number of that one off the top of my head. And also 92 going from Jackson into Susquehanna is a disaster at this point, and parts of 171. So mostly just about every road in this county is a disaster. And we're trying to figure out why Central and Lackawanna doesn't think that's a big enough emergency to get the roads repaired up here.
By any chance, did Cabot or any of the major gas company ante up any extra funds?
Yeah, my understanding from PennDOT is the road work that's being done from Brooklyn to Hot Bottom on 167, Cabot is taking care of all that. And then PennDOT is taking from Brooklyn forward.
Is that something that, is that out of the goodness, the kindness of their heart, or they have to?
I got some numbers on there if you want.
You got some numbers? Go ahead.
Cabot, boy, Bruce, I asked the exact same question you asked. Cabot has spent to date $44 million on county roads. They're spending $1 million currently fixing, what's the road going south?
167.
167. Some of that $44 million they were required to spend. Half of it they did because they indicated it was the right thing to do. They didn't have to spend it. Because I asked the questions, how many millions have all the gas companies spent on the township roads, the dirt roads? It's tens of millions more. Because all the dirt roads they've been on, they spent a lot of money, did a lot of work on them. And they are in better shape now than they have ever been.
Well, I mean, it's very nice of them to fix the mess they created.
Yeah, I understand. But there was always a debate, you know, as to whether they had to do it. But they didn't. They've spent a lot of money fixing roads.
And I think the other thing that needs to be added to that too, if you go to other counties that have as much truck traffic as we have, their roads are not in the condition that our roads are. Our roads are far worse.
So what's the difference?
Well, I think the difference is the construction of our roads, how our roads were put in originally and how they've been maintained for the last 30 years.
No base.
There's no base in our roads.
So is Bradford County better than us?
Absolutely. Far
Because they
better.
were built originally better.
They were built originally with more base and stuff?
Yeah.
Correct.
Huh.
Alton?
Well, we got after traffic last summer when it was having too much heavy traffic on my road and doing some things to it. And they said, well, don't worry, we're bonded, we gotta fix it, if we do anything.
It was about motion to adjourn?
Well, I'd like to know also, with all those millions that they spent, then it's still the worst that we've ever had, right?
Mhm.
At this point. And then also I'd like to know, I spoke with Robert Stout, and he said that we can, as far as right to knows, I'd like to clear it up with you to make sure I understand Robert Stout correctly. He's the right to know officer, and he said that we can get any right to knows, we can get any information that's public without a right to know in this county, if we want to.
Right.
So is that true?
Yes, that's true. If someone wants information that's a public record, all they need to do is come in and ask for the information. Now, if the person has the information available at that time, and they can get it, access it readily available, they will give you the information at that time. If not, and you will give them the information, they'll take and get the documentation and send it to you. Or if what you're asking for needs to take some time to pull down, then they'll still get it to you. So, yeah, it's not a problem. But if you file a formal right to know request, then it has to go through the formal right to know process.
Now, what if we're told we have to do right to know from certain officers, as I've been told, even those public information, should I then
Well, then
contact you and
No, you
complain?
should contact the chief clerk and talk to the chief clerk. 'Cause that's-
Talk to Robert Stout?
Yes.
Or Steve Stout, he goes by both names.
Well, his real name is Robert.
The real name is Robert?
Yes. You had a question?
I do. In the past few weeks, I've had to call into the phone system, and some of the extensions are, like, they don't work. I'll get through the
You're
main.
right.
I mean, how much did we spend with Guyette Communications? Just, can we get a
We're
discount
still-
on the hookups?
No, we're still, well, when you change technology and upgrade to new technology, when you're replacing the entire system, there are still some bugs in the system that have to be worked out. I was on a conference call yesterday with Guyette and all the individuals responsible, and they are working to resolve the issues that are still plaguing the courthouse as far as the phone issues. But they have assured me that by Friday, they will have the situation figured out as to why we're still having some issues and have a plan in place to correct it so it operates correctly.
I saw them pulling it.
As-
Okay, Scoop?
That'll work.
Okay.
Bruce?
As per the information from this gentleman about the roads not being done right the first time, the foundations are weak, was there a study done before Cabot and Chesapeake and all the rest came in, and we knew the hundreds, if not millions of tons that would be rolling by and causing this destruction? Did we do a study? Did anyone do a study?
As far as my knowledge in talking with PennDOT, there was never a study done.
I wonder if a study had been done, which would have said, probably, you're gonna have a lot of problems, we would have gotten a higher impact, a higher number on the impact fee.
No, that wouldn't have changed that. The impact fee is driven by the legislation, and that's entirely different than PennDOT and the roads. The issue right now with PennDOT and the roads is that, again, I feel that PennDOT, again, doesn't realize where Susquehanna County is. And the funding that comes to Susquehanna County does not adequately support the work that needs to be done.
Well, I don't, I hear James May talking about it every morning, so he knows where it is.
And who's James May?
He's one of the head honchos at PennDOT.
And what is the name of the director that you spoke to in PennDOT that you're talking to?
I'll get his full name from you, for you, if you need it.
You can't say it right now?
Well, not off the top of my head. I want to make sure I get the correct spelling for you.
Okay, and then can you verify, were you able to verify that 220,000 number of trucks that go up and down 167 from Hot Bottom to Montrose in 1 year? Were you able to verify that?
No, that was just the information I received from the gas company and from PennDOT both.
And who in PennDOT gave you that information?
That came from their marketing department.
Do you know who?
I would have to get you the gentleman's name.
Okay, if you could. I'd like to talk to them. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned at 9:28.